I can see what's happening.
What?
And they don't have a clue.
Who?
Rev's about to crack, and here's the bottom line. We're gonna laugh till we boo.
Oh.
Can you feel the hate tonight? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? So I've been trying to get this video up, but the last time I did the video, had some kind of like quick power outage, and the video like didn't save or anything, and I was just like, I'm not in the mood for this.
So unfortunate.
Yeah. So I scrapped it. So this is gonna be take 2, unfortunately. But before we get into this, please make sure you hit that like, share, set that notification bell to all so you can catch all my videos. And today, this wonderful specimen here is pretty upset at the viewers, you know, and we're gonna watch this real quick. And I don't know, make fun of his no chin hair having ass. Look at that face. Look at it. Look how dry those lips are. Oh my God.
Hey, he looks like he's at the PTA.
He could cut an apple with them lips. Jesus Christ, look. Jesus. I guarantee if he like kisses Shane, her face just starts to like dry and crack. She's like, stop, that's long enough.
Yo, it is crazy. Like, that's gotta hurt. Like, I don't get it. How are you sitting there with your lips that busted up, that cracked up? Like, you ain't got no Vaseline or
You
nothing.
know he don't drink water because they drink soda. You know, he probably gets the occasional malt liquor beverage, and then he smokes a lot. So,
damn, man, you ain't got no Vaseline or no nothing, no chapstick.
I'm sure Shanny hoards all that. You can't have it, you know. So, please, my lips.
Special occasion.
My lips, Shanny. Anyways, let's
let him bleed.
Before I make him bleed another way. Okay. All right, let's watch this.
Hi. I ain't gonna be nice. Why would I be nice on this platform?
True.
Huh? Why would I be a nice guy on this platform ever again?
Aw.
This is my last video.
He's made at least 3 cents. Since this.
Says everyone who has not made a last
Every
video.
cow, this is my last video. I'm never doing another one again.
I'm warning you.
Tale as old as time. Anyways, these cows cannot leave. Anyways, too much Disney music going on nowadays.
I'm going to do my best to not have an addiction to making content and give a fuck at this point. Let
me say this. You are an alcoholic, sir. You have an addictive personality, and you've been on this platform for over a decade, or just about almost. So it doesn't seem like you're going to get rid of that addiction anytime soon, sir.
Yeah, like that addiction is going nowhere. At least if we're just judging by your, who you are overall.
And that addiction also has cost him a good $750,000, you know? So
yeah. Yep.
Don't get no worse, bro. You might as well keep going.
So we found out that one person in particular really turned out to be a phony fuck.
This one?
And I'm going to tell you, this person...
Shh, no, be quiet. They only find out one person at a time, you know?
Still on the uptake.
Yeah, he don't realize like a good half or more of the audience does not like him. Or her, but definitely him less.
What an existence.
Oh my God, I couldn't do it, you know.
No.
You, Miss D, you have made Shani cry and feel really fucking shitty. Jules came into our room a while ago and said that you were talking shit about us all over the place. And what we all...
I'm sorry. This shows how stupid you guys are. Jules is like the OG friend troll. Like, she keeps like dissing y'all and coming back. And then dissing y'all and then coming back. And y'all keep acting like she's your friend. And then she could do a live tomorrow shit though, y'all. And then she could come back in the chat, kiss y'all's asses, and y'all cool with her again. Come on, bro. Come on.
Typical cow shit.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't get it.
Forget Shani and I, because we so desperately want fucking friends.
I love that long pause. We so desperately want friends.
That's so sad. Because, like, I mean, I'm not saying that your significant other has to be like. I would hope that your significant other is your best friend, but there should also still be space for other people to be friends with. You get what I'm saying? Like, but like, if you're left to just be alone with someone, I would hope that you can be alone with your significant other and be entertained. You get what I'm saying? Like y'all shouldn't be in the need for outside friends so bad that you befriend so many terrible people
that you don't even know what they look like, who they are, their real name. Right. Yeah. I want to say
there's nothing wrong with having friends outside of your relationship. That's not what I'm saying for anyone who doesn't get what I'm saying. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is that if you're left with no other options, you should be okay if your significant other is your only friend.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get that. But I did want to say this. Now, I in the last recording, I had this critique about how, like, they don't do nothing, they never leave. But then it just popped in my head, he can't do nothing. He can't leave.
Yeah.
You know, if he's going too long, Shani calls him. You know he can't be friends with girls, right? And probably even a guy, because she'd be scared he's out there talking to the girl. So he's just cooped up in the house with her. She doesn't go anywhere. So I guess the internet is literally both of their only resource at the end of the day. Yeah. So it's like he's kind of fucked by proxy in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just stuck to her ass all the time. So, but Rev, once again, you're not gonna have any friends on. Well, you might have some friends. I can't say you're not gonna have any because the internet is a weird place, and people can seem to somehow befriend the weirdest motherfuckers. Like, I think somebody could like stream them like axe murdering somebody, and somebody would still be their friend. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 100. I mean, look at people like, Manson and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
There was no shortage of people wanting to be, at least in communication with Manson. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But, at the end of the day, I know I bring this up a lot, but it's just a very relevant point. You're a child abuser. You went to jail for it, so you're not gonna find a lot of people sympathetic to that. And that's why you get way more hate than Shady, because granted, Shani still, I think, should get, in my opinion, she should get just as much hate, but you literally like physically put your hands on her boy, and I think she has too, but you've done it bad enough to go to jail. So you're not gonna find a lot of sympathy, sir. Plus, you're a racist, and all those other things too. That doesn't help.
I don't even know why I'm saying this on this platform. I've taken my mic off, my cam off of my computer. I'm done. I'm not doing shit anymore. And I felt like that last night, just going through comments of how fucking psychotic, dumb, and pathetic all of you are.
Says the two people that think Michael Jackson was going to come back to life this month or something like that.
Oh yeah, I did see something come up on the timeline, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, they literally.
Is that true?
Yeah, they thought that he came back to life and that he's some other guy of similar slender build and stuff. It's really strange.
That's hilarious.
These two delusional folks talking about people being stupid. Shani thought the moon was a fucking hologram. Like, shut the fuck up.
That's hilarious.
Weirdos.
And I
don't want to hear anything about intelligence come from these two fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Shani's a fucking high school dropout too.
I'm not going to have niceties of saying all the good people know who they are and the good people that are on our channel that like us. I don't think any of you like us, really. I don't think there's one. The majority of you just want to spit shit in a chat room and get clout from two people that are barely...
Hey, fuck it up. You can't help it when you hear that song. Like, right. You got to.
You be like him just looking at it.
Yeah.
They do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. I just gotta clip that part instead of the whole song. Y'all ain't got no damn clout. Shut the fuck up. Maybe some gout.
Do anything for clout. Do anything for clout.
He's ashamed just eating a bitch, stuff your mouth. Bitch, finish your plate. Her ass is in your face. I don't know. I probably could make a song to that.
That would be so funny.
They do anything for gout.
Hey, do anything for gout. Bitch is mad, bitch.
Rip. Oh, shit. She running fast. She can't catch my ass, bitch. Not from the couch. I don't know. Sorry, y'all. That was funny. They do anything for gout. Oh, okay. No, that was funny.
I don't know what you call us on YouTube. We're some weird fucking anomaly that was harassed into total fucking oblivion.
You're a locale. That's what locales are, right? Am I right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, that's what you are, right?
I don't know what the fuck we are. I know what I was on my channel before any of this, and it was for Jesus, and I didn't make a penny on it because it was for him.
Then you're doing something wrong because everybody else that's doing stuff for Jesus is making a whole lot of money. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Joel Osteen and all these other motherfuckers, like, figure out what they doing.
The bottom line is that we would really like to have genuine people. Genuine people that want to come in our room and discuss the subject matter at hand. If you don't like the subject matter at hand, you can leave. But it happened with this cookie pop chick.
Well, under normal circumstances, I'm with you. I hate when I'm doing a stream and I'm talking about A and somebody comes in there to talk about Z and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't even address those people. Like, now I used to get mad. You remember, I used to get mad and address them and shit. Now I just like, I'll just ignore you, or if you start spamming my chat, then you got to take a little break. You know what I'm saying? Go get some water, you know, and, you know, do a couple squats, do some push-ups, and come back in a little bit, you know? But yeah, but you guys are, you know, you're cows. People are going to come in and fuck with you, unfortunately. I'm over here talking about his lip. My lip looking dry as shit. I don't know where my chapstick is. That's why I'm gonna keep looking at the floor. But anyways, yeah, nobody likes y'all, man. Y'all just gotta figure it out. Just ignore. Y'all gotta learn to ignore the chat. That's just like, if you want to just do a video where you enjoy the stream, just ignore the chat, bruh. If I was Shani, if I was him, I would be like, look, Shani, I don't want to see your chat. Keep that on your screen or whatever. Anything negative about me, do not read that shit to me. If you read it to me and I get triggered, I won't be streaming with you anymore. That's what I would say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we all know you get triggered by the chat. And sometimes Shani does, sometimes she doesn't. But you definitely get more triggered. Just tell her, I don't want to see nothing from the chat. Me and you will talk about what's going on. If you see something positive towards me or funny, you can read it to me. But Shani loves to just read him negative shit from the chat all the time, you know?
Yeah, and that's the problem. Like, when you're doing stuff like this, you have to have people around you that recognize that and will not thrive off of seeing you get upset. Like, there's some people that be in your circle, if you're not careful, and they want to send you the negative shit because they want to see you crash out. Yep. And so you got to have people around you that don't do that. And sometimes some of you motherfuckers be so desperate to be with someone that you end up, like, the call is coming from inside the house. Mm-hmm. Like, you end up with someone who likes to see you crash out over dumb shit on the internet. And they don't do anything to protect your feelings.
Exactly. So you might want to talk to Shani about that. So,
or guy, I don't know if they're male, female, whatever the fuck. They're a mod. We're doing MJ stuff, and they come in, and instead of, I'm not interested in MJ stuff, so I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about the possibility of maybe losing Medicaid?
I like the face he made when he said that.
I mean, but you know what else? Like, you're always going to get people to respond to you like that because people remember a time when you was talking about what was it? Tyrone with the steaks and shit.
Tyrone, the lobster and steak. Yeah, he was shitting on people that were on EBT, black people.
EBT. Yeah, so because of that, there's always gonna be people to come around and remind you that you. Yeah, focus. There you go.
Raise his hands.
It unfocused again.
No, it was focused.
But there's always gonna be people that come around and remind you that you was on that bullshit at one point, and that's just what it is. You don't get to go around saying wild shit and don't think it's not gonna catch up to you. Also,
you guys talk about political stuff all the time. You guys have been been talking about the losing medic. They've been talking about the budget cuts and all that stuff to the government and Donald Trump. They've been talking about that stuff, so it's not like it's totally foreign for them. It's not like they've only been talking about pop culture stuff and then somebody's like, well, what do you think about the government? They're like, this ain't a place for that. We don't talk about that. But you guys do talk about, especially Shanny and you talk about that on your own channel. So it's not that far-fetched that someone would talk about that, but also they're probably mocking because Shanny's been using that to get Ozempic. So there you go.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be gone. That bitch gonna balloon up. That shit is probably just keeping off the pounds right now, just that big. You know, she gonna get that big old fucking bullfrog ass head and neck that she had before she had it. You know, and then they gonna be cutting her fat ass out the house when the bitch croak or whatever.
Jesus.
Oh damn, he stomped his foot.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not.
You revealed who you are right there. Right there. Who the fuck are you? Where did you come from? Huh?
My thing is, are you not a mod in her chat? If you see that, time that motherfucker out or block him. Like, what's the big deal?
Exactly. Like, what are you fucking waiting for?
I learned, don't get me wrong, sometimes people piss me off. I haven't done it. Well, I don't stream a lot anymore, but I haven't done it in a while. But I think since I've been streaming, I've been pretty good about not bitching people out in the chat, right? Yeah, but like it happens. Sometimes I see somebody say something stupid in the chat. I'm like, who the fuck is you? Like, who are you? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, shit pisses me off. But then I'm like, no, let me not do that because then it could be a troll. And plus, it's not good to really bitch out your chat like that. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. You come in and say something stupid, I'm gonna either ignore you or I'm gonna give you a timeout if it really pisses me off. And everybody knows one of the things that annoy me is when people come to my chat like, you talk too much. Well, I guess you don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying? So or watch something else. You know, like you know.
Yep.
Anyways, the only time I'll allow it is if it's in the comments. I might address it because of the engagement. But that's about it. You know.
Yeah. You gotta write a
problem. My bad. Go ahead.
No, sorry, my bad. You have to like ride a thin line between constantly addressing everything and like knowing what to address. You know what I mean? Like what you said, like if it's in the comments, maybe you'll address it because it helps with engagement and shit like that.
Yeah.
But in the chat, you could derail the entire thing just because of one little comment. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that is true.
Lee? Oh, we just watch reaction channels. We really do like you, though. Bullshit.
I don't like how he's looking at me directly in my eyes like that. That's actually kind of scary.
Can you not, Rev?
Yeah. Yeah, let me let that go. I don't want him looking at me anymore. All right, there you go. Rev is not bull, man. There are people I like, and I know people that don't like them, and I watch that stuff, you know? I might watch that stuff. I may not comment or whatever, but I'll watch. You know, some people like to watch all of the mess. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, I do think people are trolling you and don't like you, but there might be a few of them that do like you. They might. I'm not naive enough to think. We were just talking about. There are people that barely put any effort into the stuff, pretty much like you, and y'all just come on live and just put on anything. But some people like that. You know what I'm saying? Some people actually enjoy that. There are people that give y'all money and that y'all have as mods and stuff that like that Wookiee lover person that I think they actually like you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it happens, but there are some people that like to watch all the mess. They like to see. They like the back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm guilty of that too.
I do it. I'll be all over the place. I'll be lurking and everything.
Exactly. So it is true. It's just that I know they've been burned so many times. I kind of don't blame them. And then also, I kind of don't blame them for like maybe like, okay, I see you while you watch this person, but that motherfucker over there, you can't be in here if you're hanging out over there. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, look at it like I get it. I understand like if you're in certain spaces and being like, all right, I don't want that person over here. But I kind of limit that to, I don't know, like for me, I'm cool with the chat kind of being open. But like if we're talking about like other spaces like Discord and all that, if I see a person hanging around, no, we're not doing that. Like, absolutely not. Yeah. But like if you want to be in the chat or whatever, I mean, I don't give a shit. There are very few people that I would be like, you gotta go. Like, not even, I won't even say nothing. They'll just get knocked. Like,
you're a little more lenient than I am with that. Yeah. But I will say I have been pretty good because like I said, I lurk around and I see where I'll see certain people and just garbage people chat, and then they'll pop up in my chat. Yeah. And I'm like, well, you ain't never said nothing or went IRL about. I mean, even if you do talk shit, I don't care. But you've never like gone IRL, so I'll let you rock. I may not acknowledge you in the chat, but I'll let you rock. But like, there are some people. As soon as I say, oh no, you can go, you can have a nice day.
Yeah. There are certain people that automatically get a boot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to hear it.
I just pick them up and just, like get the fuck out of here.
Save your fucking sob story for somebody else. I don't care.
Right.
Like, get out.
Like Tom and Jerry when they kick one of the animals out the house. Boot right in your ass. Get out.
Anybody that says that is full of fucking shit, and it's clear. You can't watch somebody tearing us down, telling lies constantly about us on a fucking by mouth or by chat or by whatever, and then expect us to believe that you actually fucking like us.
It's not lies, sir. I do that. We go over this so many times. I watch this. We listen to what you say. We react, and you just mad that we benefit better than you. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Because I guarantee if you was making some decent money as well, you wouldn't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or maybe you would, because there are people out here that don't like to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, there's some people who just can't take being talked about.
I'm gonna talk about you, but don't talk about me.
I mean, then don't say crazy shit. Like that's what I don't get. Like, it's one thing I get. Like, nobody wants to be targeted or nothing like that. I get that. Like, I understand it. But at the same time, if y'all out here saying crazy shit and doing crazy shit and then recording it and putting it up and monetizing.
Why am I talking about my crazy shit I've been telling everybody?
Yeah, somebody's gonna comment on that. Like, it just is what it is. You can't get away from that.
Right.
I'd have to be real brain dead and desperate for a fucking friend. Guess what? I'm not desperate for a friend.
But you were earlier, and that's what got you. Yeah, like what? We're so desperate for friends. No, I'm not anymore.
At all. At this point, I want to live on a fucking island, away from all of you.
I agree with that.
You psychopaths that are on this internet that you think you can emotionally manipulate people and it's just fine. It's your fucking entertainment.
No. I mean, but look, I mean, yes, there are people that do that, but there are people that do that in person. Like, you just have to have a better, like these people have no discernment. Like, it always strikes me as strange when people online are like, they treat online relationships, whether it be any type of relationship, right, whatever capacity, they treat online relationships as if they're different than in real life ones. They're not. And that's why a lot of people get caught up. You have to have the same level of discernment that you would have in person.
Right. Like, it's
the same amount of discretion, the same amount of...
It's like if you was hanging out with some weird person, like, I want to be your friend. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know you. You know? Like, you
meet up with somebody and as soon as they talk to you, you want to come to my house, or they start asking you really intrusive questions, you're going to be like, yo, bro, like, you good? And you got to have that same type of discernment. If you don't, then how are you surviving? like it's the same thing online and in real life. Like I know people like to treat them as if they're like different worlds. They're not.
They're not.
Because the minute you get doxxed, it can all become one.
Yeah.
So like they're not different worlds. You have to treat it the same way. And people, I don't get it. Like
I remember back in the day when I was talking to like females online. I remember like talking to some family members like, why you do that? You don't know who you're talking to. I'm like, you don't know who you're talking to in a bar.
I told this to my mom all the time.
You don't know. You can be talking to the next Ted Bundy. You don't know. You know.
No, thank you for saying that, because me and my mom, because we're the generation that went from no electronics to just full blown everything being done online.
We got a foot in both worlds. Yeah.
Right, and there was nobody to kind of guide us through any of that shit. So my mom would often be like, oh, you don't know who you're meeting and this and that. And I just be like, look, Ma, everybody, because, I was obsessed with like, bios of like serial killers and shit. Mm-hmm. I'm like, everybody that Jeffrey Dahmer, unalives, he met up in person. Everybody that Ted Bundy unalive,
at the club
in person. Right. So like, look, it can happen in, anyway. It can happen in anyway. It all depends on who you meet. So you just have to be like aware of your surroundings, and be smart. Like be discreet. Like,
that's the problem. They're not smart. So how can they be smart?
Yeah, that's the problem. And they're not discreet. A lot of people on here don't.
That's like telling a toad to be a bird. Everything. Be a bird.
Yeah, it's true. There's an old adage about that, right? Like if you're a bird and if you're a fish and judged by how well you could fly, then you'll always think you're inadequate. Some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you have to be discreet. Like even as an adult, you know what I mean? Like, come on, especially if you got kids and shit, like you should be a little bit smarter than that.
Yeah, like, okay, people in the chat is one thing. There's ways to fix that. Filters you can put. You see somebody saying stupid, you can yeet them. Then when like those people, like you said, if they get in your DMs and you're talking to them, all of a sudden they're asking all these questions. Like, oh, you trying to content farm? It's like the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
people start asking all types of personal questions, or they start trying to like give you information, it's like I'm automatically like, who sent you?
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody comes to my DMs.
You know how many people I've ghosted? I'll be like, we be having a conversation, and then they say something weird. I'm like, okay, I'm never talking to you again. Yeah. You know, like, hi, hey, they be like, hey, and I'm like, hey, and that's all I say. I ain't saying nothing else. You weird, you know. But
nobody hits my DMs anymore. Only people that I've been like cool with for years now. Like outside of that, nobody knew.
I get annoyed now when I see people. I'm like, this person won. You know what I'm saying? not everybody, but there's like, I'll search. I'm like, oh, nobody's DM'd me. I look at, there's certain people I see. I'm like, okay, I know this person's cool, whatever. But if I don't recognize them, like, who is this? You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Here we go. Here we go again.
Like, unhand me, stranger. Yeah.
We're not really here for your entertainment. And we're actually people. We have fucking feelings. We're not just these motherfucking vessels for you to do whatever the fuck you want to with our fucking minds. Because what you do is it's emotional fucking abuse.
Then get off of the internet. If you're being emotionally abused by someone, maybe you should get out of that relationship or away from that person. Well, you're online, people don't like or fuck with you. They follow you from platform to platform. It's time to get offline and find another network to become friends with people. You need to get offline. Mm-hmm. Until you do, people are going to continuously Now, this would be a different story. If they were just two weird people that people were trolling, I would be more on their side in this situation. But they're not.
Yeah, same.
I would be on it, but they're not. But then I'd be like, maybe guys need to touch on other subjects, grow thicker skin, and just ignore people. Of course, the trolls will eventually go away because they're going to see they can't fuck with you. They're not pissing you off, right? Mm-hmm. But you guys aren't. You're racist. You're just unhygienic people, child abusers. The isms go with the wind depending on what day y'all feeling, and people don't like y'all, so it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Just you just have to settle in the reality that you are and just deal with it online, or just turn the chat off and just stream to an audience that can't talk, or you just gonna get offline. That's your only alternative. You know,
turn off comments.
And you know a cow, because a cow is always like, I'm never gonna get offline. Why do I have to leave? And it's just like, it's the internet. Go outside, man. Damn.
It's like, well, if you don't want to leave, then don't leave. But then recognize that people don't like you, and somebody's gonna try and fuck with you.
Every fucking day. For somebody that's a creator on here, you'll understand. You'll have someone that worships the fucking floor that you're doing your content on, and then the next day they'll call you a fucking piece of shit, and then spew a bunch of lies all over a bunch of fucking channels.
That's why it
which I'm sure
fucking matter.
Yeah.
That's why when people start worshiping you, move away. Yeah, because I look at it as like an abusive relationship. Because if you meet someone, and as soon as you meet them, and anyone who's been in an abusive relationship knows this, when you meet someone and as soon as you meet them, they will love bomb. You know, they just, everything is about you. You're great, you're this, you're that, you're blah, blah, blah. The opposite of that is always like, you know, it's all extreme. Like, they extremely love on you and then they extremely hate you. And I just don't like that shit. Like, I like people to just be regular about me. Yeah, I like you. Yeah, I like the shit you say. Yeah, you know, whatever, like, that's cool with me. Anything beyond that, I'm automatically gonna wait for the other shoe to drop, because I know that people like that, it's a thin line but for them. Mm-hmm. So you can say one little thing, boom, now they hate you. Now they're doing all types of shit, dropping DMs, doing this, I'm good.
Yeah. And good. Also, like, you basically what you're saying is like unfortunately, people are super fickle. You know, y'all okay, but you know, like, people are cool. Yeah, but people are super fickle. Like, one minute they love you, next minute they hate you and stuff, and it's like you can't be. Unfortunately, you can't really care about that. I mean, if it's to the point where you're losing thousands of subs, that's a different story. But like, there are gonna be people that's not gonna fuck with you 1 minute and then fuck with you again. There's some people like jump on and off that train. Like, and if I see you doing that, I'm just gonna like. I'm keeping you at super arm's distance, you know? I'm not even going to say nothing to you in the chat after a certain point, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you just got to learn that. Just, and him calling himself a content creator is hilarious. But for y'all who are watching this, maybe want to make a channel, y'all got to notice that, like, I'm not saying not to meet people and make friends in the audience. You're going to do that. I mean, you know, I met Nova, I met Yato, Ms. Parker, you know, I met some, you know, other people that's, in the circle that I'm cool with through them being seeing my channel a lot of the times. Actually, I think I watched Nova's channel, and that's how I ended up reaching out. Like, you funny, let's be friends. So that's literally what happened. Funny, I was just talking shit, but that's what happened. But that means
that was funny. He was like, I was watching your stream.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, really?
Yes, the peanut stream.
Because I thought you was funny. So yeah, like, I mean, you can make genuine relationships on here. You can, but I think people have to realize, like, at the end of the day, this is like I think that a lot of people either think of this as purely social or purely business, right?
Yeah.
And I don't see a problem with anyone that thinks of it as purely business, because, you know, at least you're kind of going in the right direction, but then they could kind of be cutthroat too. Like, I feel like you need to know that there's a happy medium, like, where you can make friends, you can, like, make some good connections or whatever. Mm-hmm. Some of them will actually turn into real friendships. Some of them may just be like online, you know, connections that you have, right? Like business connections, like you would in any other business. And I think when you recognize that, like, when you realize that you can have a little bit of both, do you know, create content, do your collabs, make money, but then also make connections that either, you know, progress to friendship or just stay as a business connection, and it's okay. And that's where I think people should try to be when you're making content or any type of business. Like, recognize that there's a little bit of both and learn how to navigate that. The problem with them is that they don't really look at this as business at all. They'll call themselves creators. They're not.
Yeah.
They're I'm not gonna call them crash outs, but they're train wrecks that have garnered an audience. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's why they suck at finding people to actually connect with.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
Facts. All right, let's see what was the last little few seconds you got.
Was coming from that person that I mentioned. Fuck Ollie.
Hey, you tell him, right?
Bye.
That was a great ending.
It was.
Oh man. Hey, I'll say that we've all been there at least one time or another. So
yeah. No, I mean, I will say, like, doing this over a certain amount of time, you can come across situations or whatever that make it unpleasant to do.
Agreed.
I will not disagree with that at all. I think they make it harder for themselves because of how they move specifically. But generally speaking, even if you are the most like intentional person and you move, in the best way possible, you're still gonna come across people in situations that make you wonder if it's even worth it. So I don't disagree there. Like,
Quick thing. So remember, I think it was months ago. It was maybe when Shani was like going back and forth with Foodie, and they started fighting in the chat. Remember, I got annoyed, right? And I said that y'all making this not fun. But I guess somebody was late and they started talking shit. And it was somebody who's commented on my videos where they like, if this is making you feel like that, like you don't want to do, maybe you need to take a step out. I'm like, first off, that was 4 months ago. And so I'm like, you late. I was like, I've been making edited content now instead of doing streams, and I actually have done a couple streams since. I almost wanted to tell that bitch, like, look, you could take my balls, put that shit in some pita bread, put some hummus and tahini and eat that shit to the face. I wanted to tell her, like, keep your fucking opinions to yourself. Do the things, hit the like button, all that other stuff, and look up and click on those videos that YouTube thinks you'll like, things of that nature. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Later, y'all.